Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all, and today we're going to be playing Floowandereeze. Floowandereeze is a fun and easy to learn, easy to master type of deck. It's super cheap. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 URs in the entire deck, which is really, really cheap. And just a good overall foundational deck that teaches you a lot about how to chain things properly, how to stack chain links, how to utilize very repeatable resources in a loop. Floo can teach you a lot of very important skills about how to play the game. So I want you guys to learn this deck, and I want you guys to understand how this deck works so that you can beat it and so that you can win the game as better players. Before I get started, let me take a quick second to thank all of my members on YouTube. That would be Steernay and the Tanky Crowbar, as well as all of my Twitch subscribers. That would be the Tanky Crow and Crimson Reaper 5. I appreciate all of you, and thank you so much for donating to the channel. Now then, for the main deck, hand traps, we have 2 copies of Max C. This card is just our way of rubbing it into our opponent that we never suffer Max C. So we beat them, but they don't beat us. Dimension Shifter, this is a fantastic card for Floowandereeze. If you have no cards in your graveyard, as a quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. This does not affect you in any way. All of your cards get banished anyway. But what's really good about this card is it prevents your opponent from activating Effect Veiler, Max C, and, well, you don't care about Max C, Effect Veiler, and Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So your opponent can't use hand traps that require them to send the card from the hand to the graveyard, which is really, really good. Then we also have Triple Tactics Talents, just one card that allows us to rip a card out of our opponent's hand if they hand trap us. Called by the Grave to make sure that we dodge our opponent's back row, or our hand traps like Ash Blossom, and evenly matched. I guess I will count evenly matched as a hand trap. At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can make your opponent banish cards from their field face down so they control the same number of cards as you do. If you control no cards, you can activate this from your hand. So if you go second, you go into the battle phase, you end the battle phase, you immediately cast evenly matched, and then your opponent has to banish cards from their side of the field face down until they only have 1 card left. Very, very good. Makes the board very easy to break. All right. For the Floo Core, we have Floowandereeze and Robina. This is a level 1 water winged beast monster. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use each of the following effects of Floowandereeze and Robina once per turn, and you cannot special summon during the turn you activate either effect. This is important. All of the Floo cards say that you cannot special summon when you activate either card's effect. So that's why we don't have an extra deck. There's no point. I have seen plenty of people post their lists with a 15-card extra deck. It's a waste of dust. You don't need an extra deck in Floo. You're not going to ever summon in the extra deck. If this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 4 or lower winged beast monster from your deck to your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 winged beast monster. If a winged beast monster is normal summoned to your field while this card is banished, you can add this card to your hand. Pretty decent effect. So it allows you to cycle constantly. You see, the card banishes itself when it leaves the field, then if you normal summon a winged beast monster while it's banished, you get to add it back to your hand, so you constantly loop all 4 of your Floo cards, and you just always have them all available to you. Next up, we have Floowandereeze and Eaglin. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use the following effects once per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate either effect. If this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 7 or higher winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 winged beast monster. If a winged beast monster is normal summoned to your field while this card is banished, you can add it to your hand. So this card searches your Snell, it searches your Ryza, it searches your Apex Avian, and it searches your M-Pen. We are not playing Snell in this version, but you could play Snell if you wanted to. Next up, we have Floowandereeze and Stree. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use each of the following effects per turn. Cannot special summon during the turn you activate either effect. If this card is normal summon, you can target 1 card in either graveyard, banish it, then immediately after effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 winged beast monster. Okay. So this card It's important to note that all of the effects of Floo cards require that they resolve in order to get the extra normal summon. So, for Eaglin, for Robina, if you don't have a card to add, you don't get an extra normal. For Eaglin, if you don't have a card to add, you don't get an extra normal. And for Stree, if you don't have a card to banish, you don't get an extra normal, which can be pretty difficult when you're going first and if your opponent doesn't hand trap you. So keep that in mind. And then if a Winged Beast monster is normal summon to your field while this card is banished, you can add it to your hand. Lastly, we have Floowandereeze and Chokan. This card I'm only playing one copy of. It's really situational. It's a good card. It has its uses in the deck, but you're mostly going to... if you need it, you'll search it, basically. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use each of the following effects of Chokan once per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate either effect. If this card is normal summon, you can target one of your banished Floowandereeze cards, add it to your hand, then immediately after effect resolves, you can normal summon one Winged Beast monster. Okay, so this card has some applications. Not too many, though, because, of course, all of your main Floowandereeze cards add themselves back to your hand from banishment anyway. So what this does primarily is it lets you cycle M-Pen if you need to. M-Pen does not have the ability to banish itself when it leaves the field or return itself to the hand. So you can, if M-Pen gets destroyed, you can Stree it to banish it and then use Chokan to add it back to your hand. That's not going to happen very much in this list, though, because we're playing 3 copies. You will usually just eagle in for another M-Pen if you run out of M-Pens. It is true, though, that you can use this card to get back your Dreaming Town. Dreaming Town can banish itself from the graveyard to use its secondary effect. So Chokan can get back Dreaming Town after you've used its secondary effect. And the other option is Unexplored Winds. You can banish Unexplored Winds from your deck with Map. So if you have Map, you can use Map's effect along with Chokan to basically add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And that's part of the reason why Chokan is only at 1. If Map was at 3, I would probably play Chokan at 3, and I would make like more combos focused around Chokan. But because Map is only at 1, and it's not a card that's easily accessible to us, because terraforming is banned, this is more of like a niche interaction. Next up, we have Mist Valley Apex Avian, level 7 Winged Beast monster with 2700 attack and 2000 defense. Once per chain, when a card or effect is activated, you can target one Mist Valley card you control, return that target to the hand. If you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy the card. This card is insane. I don't know how this card... Mist Valley has to be like the worst deck in the game for no one to play this boss monster except in Floo. Like, I understand that it can't special summon itself very easily, but come on. It doesn't stop itself from special summoning, and once per chain Omni, as long as you have Mist Valley cards out, I have to look at Mist Valley at some point. I've got to cook with this deck. There's got to be a way to get like Apex Avian plus 4 Mist Valleys out and just have 5 Omnis. But for now, card's really good in Floo. Ryza, the Mega Monarch. You can tribute this card by tributing one tribute summon monster. If this card is tribute summoned, you target 1 card on the field and 1 card in either graveyard. Also, if this card was tributed by summoning a if it was summoned by tributing a wind monster, you can target an additional card on the field. Place the first targets on top of the deck in any order. After that, return the additional target, if any, to the hand. Okay, so Mega Monarch. Let's talk about it. First of all, just like every other Monarch, the first part of the effect is mandatory. If you tribute summon this card, you have to target a card on the field and put it on top of your deck. So do not play Mega Monarch if your opponent has no board. This card is for playing during your opponent's turn. It is not for beating them to death. The second effect is optional, but if you activate it, you do have to choose a card on the field. So it's pretty good. You can potentially bounce a card your opponent controls, place a card from their field on top of their deck, and then also you can return one of your cards from the graveyard to the top of your deck. In particular, this is really good at recycling Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter coming back to your top of your deck, and then you being able to use it again is really broken. It just stops your opponent from playing the game at all. So really, really good card. Floowandereeze and M-Pen, level 10, Winged Beast monster. If this card is tribute summon, you can add one Floowandereeze spell or trap from your deck to your hand, then immediately as effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 monster. This is not once per turn. It also does not prevent you from special summoning for some reason. I just noticed that. I guess it doesn't matter because you can't special summon anyway from all the other level 4 cards. While this tribute summon card is in the monster zone, your opponent cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters they control in attack position. So all of your opponent's link monsters are unable to use their effects, and if your opponent is stupid enough to special summon a monster in attack position, they can't use its effect either, which is really funny. Once per battle during damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, as a quick effect you can banish one card from your hand. That opponent's current attack and defense become halved until the end of the turn. Okay, so M-Pen does let you use all the Floo monsters that you return to your hand as ways to just shotgun down their monsters' attack points and then beat over them. Even though this is the boss monster of the deck, it's only an SR, which is really, really good, because we played it at 3, and it's worth. Good card. I like it a lot. Pot of Duality, excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. I wanted them in your hand, and then you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. So, this card's just good. We're not going to special summon anyway, so we would play this at 3 if it wasn't available at 3. Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map. Field spell. During your main phase, you can reveal one level 1 Floowandereeze monster in your hand, banish one Floowandereeze card with a different name from your deck, then immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon the revealed monster. If your opponent normal summons a monster, immediately after effect resolves, you can normal summon one Floowandereeze monster. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card gives you an extra normal on your turn and an extra normal on your opponent's turn. That's insane. That's why it's limited to 1. Very, very good card. Insane card. Searchable with M-Pen technically, but you will almost always need M-Pen to get Dreaming Town instead so that you don't die. So if you have a really, really good hand, you can get Map and Dreaming Town out at the same time, and then you just kind of win the game. But it's really hard to do that. Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds. This is a continuous spell card. You can conduct tribute summons that require 2 tributes by sending one monster you control and one card your opponent controls to the graveyard instead of tributing. It is still treated as a tribute summoning. That is dumb. So, first of all, you cannot do this under Macrocosmos because you're having to send cards to the graveyard. You're not tributing. Secondly, you can tribute your opponent's field spells, continuous spells, trap cards. You can tribute their monsters that are unaffected. I assume. I haven't tried that yet, but based on the wording, I would assume so. Really, really, really good. Really good card. During your main phase, you can reveal up to 2 Winged Beast monsters in your hand, place them on the bottom of your deck in any order, and then draw the same number of cards. That's insane. Once you have used all of your Floo effects, and you have the Floo monsters back in your hand, you can just be like, all right, well, I need some traps. I need some hand traps. I need some back row. Shuffle 2 back, draw 2. Maybe you get some more cards that you can use. That's really stupid. That's a really stupid effect. A very, very powerful effect. And of course, placing your Winged Beasts on the bottom of your deck doesn't matter because they're also searchable anyway, as long as you keep Robina. Book of Eclipse. Change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position during the end phase of this turn. Change as many face-down monsters your opponent controls as possible to face-up defense position. Then your opponent draws cards equal to the number of monsters changed face-up by this effect. Okay. So, this card will out your opponent's negates. If they have like 5 negates, you can just be like, okay, Book of Eclipse. They will either have to burn one of their Omni negates or spell negates if they don't have one. If they just have a bunch of monster negates, boom, they're all set face down except for the link monsters. It's important to note this card can be ashed because you are giving your opponent a draw. So if your opponent ashes this, you'll feel very bad. But it's not once per turn, so maybe you bricked on 2 and then you just get to laugh at your opponent. Why do we play Book of Eclipse in the main deck? The reason why we play this is because it lets us dodge Imperm. So if you're like I cannot stress how annoying it is for your Robina, which is the entire point of your deck, to get Impermed. So we play as many cards that prevent us from getting Impermed as possible. So we normal summon Robina, they Imperm us, we activate Book of Eclipse, Robina gets set face down, we draw Eaglin, normal summon Eaglin, Eaglin grab the Emperor Penguin, tribute both, summon M-Pen, draw your trap, set it. The problem is we have several ways to do this. With Book of Eclipse in particular, the problem is that Robina is face down when it gets tributed, which means it doesn't banish itself, which means you can't recycle it without Stree, which is very annoying. Now, maybe you have Stree. Maybe Stree is in your hand. Maybe M-Pen was in your hand. You didn't need Eaglin. Just be careful when you have to use Book of Eclipse. But it's a good card. This is much better for dealing with Imperm. Floowandereeze in the Advent of Adventure. Banish one winged beast monster from your hand or face up on your field to add one Floowandereeze monster or one Floowandereeze field spell from your deck to your hand, then gain 500 life points. This card gets you map, which is nice. You could play this at 3. So basically they said if you want to play map, you have to minus, and also here, get 3 URs. Thank you. I appreciate that, Konami. That was not rude of you at all. 500 life points is 500 life points. That's not nothing. A good card, and it lets you dodge Imperm, which is what we want. Speaking of dodging Imperm, Swallow's Cowrie. Quick play spell card. Tribute one Winged Beast monster in your hand and face up on your field. Add one Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand with the same level the tributed monster had. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Another way to dodge Imperm. Very good. Then we have Heartbeast Featherstorm. This card is broken. If you control a Winged Beast monster, until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. Any monster effects. It doesn't matter if the monster is in your deck. It doesn't matter if the monster is in your hand. It doesn't matter if the monster is in your field. It doesn't matter if the monster is in your graveyard. It doesn't matter about monsters that they haven't summoned yet. It doesn't matter about monsters that they already summoned. It doesn't matter if there's an effect on the stack. That effect is not going to resolve. It's so dumb. This card is ridiculous. And then also it has another effect, which is if this card in its owner's spell and trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can draw Feather Duster. So, if you wanted to, you could put Feather Duster in your deck, and then if your opponent sweeps your back row, like they always do, you can just be like, Chain Featherstorm, now you can activate any monster effects, and then also, I draw Harpy's Feather Duster because you were dumb enough to destroy it. Cool. Love it. It's one of the rare cards that does not say if this set card in its owner's spell and trap zone was destroyed. So you can literally chain it and then get both effects. It's important to note that this only works if you have wind Winged Beast monsters. So all of our high level monsters are wind, and Eaglin and Tokan are wind, but Stree and Robina are water. So if you normal summon Robina and you have Harpy's Featherstorm set face down, and your opponent ashes your Robina, too bad. You got wrecked. Last card is Floowandereeze in the Dreaming Town. During the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one level 4 or lower Winged Beast monster. If you tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. That's really, really funny. So, it's a Book of Eclipse, and it's just Book of Eclipse, but only for one side of the board. Very, very powerful card. I love it a lot. It will win you games. For the extract, there is none. Let's go. All right, time for the replay. Okay, we are going first, and our hand is insane. We have Robina. We have Eaglin. We have Tokan. We have Mist Valley Apex Avian. And we have the Continuous spell, which is a one-of. So we have 3 different one-ofs that are all really good. So we'll go first. We're going to activate our Continuous spell. Normal summon Robina. Add Stree. Normal summon Eaglin. Add Empen. Tribute both. Normal summon Empen. Empen effect is a chain link 1, and to chain block we will activate Eaglin's effect, and we're going to activate Robina's effect. Now, because we have Tokan in hand already, we're going to actually use Empen to add map. Then we normal summon Stree, and we're going to activate... we normal summon Stree off of Empen's search effect. It can let us normal summon it as well. Now we activate Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Maps effect. We're going to banish Dreaming Town from our deck and reveal Tokan. Then Tokan gets to normal summon itself. Then we can activate its effect. We return the banished Dreaming Town to the hand, tribute both, normal summon Apex Avian so we get an Omni Negate. Then we add both of our monsters to our hand, and we set the trap. Look at this board. We have the field spell, so we get an extra normal summon during our opponent's turn. We have the trap card. If we tribute any of our opponent's monsters, we get to, or if we tribute any monsters, we get to tribute cards our opponent controls. We have an Omni Negate, and our opponent can't activate any monster effects, and we have every single Floo card in our hand. How could we possibly lose this? Pass. Oh, that's how we could lose this. Alright, so our opponent's going to activate Super Polymerization and discard Solemn Judgment. We are dealing with a Mega Stun player, as you do in mid-rank. Okay, so he fuses both of my monsters into Garura. That's our only copy of Apex Avian, by the way. He sets 2, and he's going to go into the battle phase. Alright, we activate our trap card. He did not normal summon, by the way. He went into the battle phase without normal summoning, so I can't use map. So I activate the trap card, I'm going to normal summon Stree. Stree effect, we banish the M-Pen from our graveyard. Then we normal summon Tokan, and use Tokan's effect to add M-Pen to our hand, so that we can use Eaglin for something else. Now we get to tribute summon M-Pen, and we will tribute one of our opponent's back row with the field spell. M-Pen effect, we add a Speller Trap from our deck to our hand. Then we're also going to chain the effect of Dreaming Town, since we tributed a high-level monster. We can set his face down, and we're going to chain block with Stree. Goodbye. We add Advent, then we're going to normal summon Rubina off of the free normal, grab another Stree, normal summon M-Pen, grab Mega Monarch, then we tribute his other back row, which is Solemn Judgment. So he had another Super Poly and another Solemn Judgment, by the way. That was his opening hand. Alright, Ryza effect, put one card on top of the deck, and then add back to hand. And there you go. We broke the stun board like crazy. So that's the deck. My name is Strafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.